Hello everybody, you're welcome to today's video, and in today's video I'm going to teach you singers how to find your own range without even needing to be a keyboardist or pianist. Yes, you can. So no more waiting to find a keyboardist to know what your range is, and even when you find them, they are kind of rare, and when you even find them, they are busy doing something else, so there's really not that chance to give you that special attention to say, hey, let's find your key now. So it's like you keep on waiting to know your range. And I get this question a lot of times. I don't know my range. What is my range? And so on and so forth. Because it's so good to know what your range is. Know how high you can go and how low you can go. What you cannot measure, there is a big problem. But if you know how high or how low you can go, you can, control your song choices or select keys that suit you nicely and know where you can go. So you don't want to choose a song or a key that makes you go beyond your range, and that will seem so uncomfortable. Secondly, if perhaps you are an alto voice and you notice, hey, this note is not close to the highest note of altos or contraltos, I need to extend my range. You see, you just realize that because you know how high you can go right now. All right. So what you need to do is get to work. Just extend your range and get up there. Okay. So it shows you if there's any need to extend your range at the top or at the bottom as well. All right. So what you need to do, remember, I told you don't have to be a keyboardist to know your range. After you watch this video, you'll be able to tell how high you can sing and how low you can sing. And that's what range is all about. Okay. So first off, you need to download a virtual keyboard or a virtual piano. So let's go to the screen of my phone. So as you can see here, we have Real Piano. So I'm gonna click it. Okay, so when you open it, it's gonna look plain like this, all the white notes and the black notes. Yeah, they're gonna look plain. Okay, so what you need to do is go to these three buttons on the right and click the one that has C. You see, now it's named all the white notes. Don't worry about the black notes, okay? I'll teach you that later. But with these white notes, you can find your highest and lowest range. Now, your screen may just be able to show you a portion of the piano at a time, okay? So all you need to do here is go to the top. You see the smaller piano at the top, and you see the gray side in the middle. Just hold down that part and slide. Slide to go all the way down. Okay, so I've reached all the way down. So what you see here is A0, that's the very first note on this piano, B0, C1, D1, E1, F1, G1, and so on and so forth. So it's a good time to remind you that in music, we have A to G, okay? We have no key H. So don't go saying to the keyboardist, please, can I have a key H sharp? Okay, there's no such thing, okay? When you get to G, you start back at A on a higher octave. And that leads me to the next thing. What is an octave? So imagine a skyscraper or a 5-story building, okay? And on the first floor, you have letters living there, okay? You have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, okay? And we call that the first floor, okay? So what do you say? A1, B1, C1, D1. That means A on the first floor, B on the first floor, C on the first floor, D on the first floor, and so on and so forth till you get to G, G1, okay? And then that's it. No more vacancy. No more vacancy. So on the next floor, we have again A, B, C, D, E, F, G on another level, okay? The next level up. Now, these ones you call A2, B2, C2, D2, and so on and so forth till you get to G again. Second floor. That means A on the second floor, B on the second floor, C on the second floor, and so on and so forth till you get to G on the second floor. No more vacancy, okay? So if any more A, B, C, D, E, F, G wants to come, they have to go to the third floor, okay? The third octave. And that's how you have like 4 octaves, 5 octaves, and so on and so forth. I think this one has up to, let's see, 7? Yeah, 7 octaves. And then 1 note in the 8th octave, which is the C, as you can see up here. Let's go back to the bottom, okay? So that's what basically octave means. And I keep saying the difference is it's the same notes. Same notes don't harmonize. Like if you press C in 1 octave and C in another octave, what you have is the same note. One has more bass than the other. Okay, the lower one usually have more bass than the upper one. So let's now check your range. A0 is really, really, really too low for the human voice. Okay, so we can start, if you are a guy, you can start from, let's say C3. Ladies can also start there, but if you can't reach there, try something higher. Take a leapfrog to, let's say, G. All right. And also make sure you're able to match your notes, okay? If I say, if I press this one, don't sing it in the higher octave. Make sure you sing exactly the same thing, okay? So if you're a guy, you should start at C3. That's a good starting point. So if you sang C3 comfortably, try going to the second octave. So we have B2, A2. Let's go to G2. For me, that's still okay. I can go further down. So we're around here, G2. Okay, that's quite low. Let's see if we can try B1. Okay, I'm just using this to show you as an illustration. Okay, so B1, let's say B1 is your lowest. You find out, oh, B1 is my lowest. And then let's find the highest, because that's what range is all about. How low can you go and how high can you sing? Okay, so let's go to C4. That's quite comfortable. So I'm going to leapfrog to C5. Okay, so let's say, okay, C5 is still comfortable. Then go a little bit up. Let's say this is your highest, okay? And you can't go any further. Any further up, you can't reach it. Then you take this as your highest notes, okay? So that's your range. The lowest we found it, the highest we found it. So that's how to find your range. So that's basically it. So I want us to come to the screen right here and take a look at octaves. Here we have C0 and here we have C3, okay? So C2, C3, C4, C5. Okay, so you know, on the phone one, right, everything is written C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on and so forth. Now, a little knowledge for you singers, you know, here I teach you everything you need to know, okay? So here's a little bit of keyboard knowledge I think every singers need to have, okay? So why do we call this a C? We call it a C because of its position on the piano and the sound. Okay, this is the sound of a C. Okay, now if you look on the piano, the virtual one on screen, the one that lights up blue, look at this. There are 2 black notes right in front of it. Okay, so everywhere, anywhere you find this pattern, these 2 blacks, no, not this one, this is 3. Okay, so after the third, the one in 3 pairs, you find the next one in 2 pairs. Look, there's another C. Okay, there's another one, and here's C as well, and so on and so forth. Okay, and the next thing you need to do now that we know our C, okay, so the next thing you need to do is read the alphabet normally. Why are we starting from C? Because C is the most obvious to find, one of the most obvious to find. Okay, and also if you are learning keyboard, C is one of the easiest keys to start from. Okay, so Just read the alphabet. Just read the alphabet. So this is C. The next one should be D, E, F, G. Like I said, we don't have key H. So when you get to G, start from A again. A, B, C. All right. Now let's go back to this C. Let's say you want to find the A below it. Of course, you know before the C comes the B. All right. And before the B comes the A. So we found our A. So A, B, C, back at C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Look, we're back at C. And now we are in the fourth octave because it says here C4. Okay, so what do you need to do? Read the ABC again. Everything now is on the fourth octave. So C4, D4, E4, F4, G4, A4, B4, and now we are in the fifth octave. Okay, so that's basically what octave is. We have twos, threes, twos, threes. Use this pattern to guide you to find whatever notes you want to find. Okay, and how about the black notes? These are sharps or flats. Okay, so now if you're going this direction right on the keyboard, you're going up the pitch. You're going higher and higher. And if you're going this direction, left, that means you're going lower and lower. Okay, so if you want to find the name of any note, all right, let's say this black note, any black notes. Now we already know that this is C, correct? And we know that going this direction is forward. Okay, good. That means going from here to here is forward, right? So forward C. Okay, so the black note takes its name from the note you're coming from the white note you're coming from. It's that simple. So if we go in this direction, we're coming from the letter C. So black notes borrow names, okay? So we call this C. Oh, but hey, how do we differentiate between this C and this C? That's where the forward comes in. So because we're going forward C, all right? Or we can say C forward. This is C forward, right? Because of where we're coming from. We're coming from C forward. So it's called C sharp. Just replace the forward with sharp. So if you're going forward, it takes its name from the note you're coming from. And because we're going upward or forward, it's a sharp. Okay? C sharp. So let's find a second name because the black notes have two names. Okay? So we found the first name C sharp because we're coming from C, right? It's called C. And because we're going forward, upward is called sharp. Upward means sharp. Okay. Now let's say we're coming from this direction. Okay. The second name now, because it's going downward, it takes its name from the notes you just left. This is downward, right? D. Going to this same note means it's going down from the D. All right. So it's called D, and that downward is called flat. Okay. So it's called D flat. So the first name, C sharp or D flat. You see, it's very simple. All right. So let's go to the next note. Let me give you another example. So let's go to G. So these are C, right? Read the alphabet. C, D, E, F, G. Yes. So let's say we want to find the name of this notes after the G. All right. So because it's taking its name from this G, we're going upward from G. The note we're coming from is G. So that's an upward movement. So it takes its name from G. But G what? G upward. Upward, replace it with sharp. We have G sharp. Okay. Or let's say we're coming from this direction, from this A, because after G is A. Remember? No H. After G, we have A. And because we're going from A to this, that is a downward movement, right? So downward movement is flat. So it's called A flat also. G sharp or A flat. G sharp or A flat. Two names. Okay, so with this, you can find the rest. Now, I want you to tell me, all right, download the app or go to a keyboard or piano and tell me what are the two names of this one, this note. All right. Okay, I think that is it. If you have any question, do not hesitate to ask me, okay? I hope you've learned a lot, and from now on, you should be able to find your range yourself. Okay, so I found something online because I wanted to search for reasons why it's important to know your range. And here's what I found. It says here, knowing your range is important because it allows you to judge which songs you can comfortably and confidently sing. I like that. The two C's, comfortably and confidently. If you're not comfortable, you will lose confidence. Okay, good. So, yeah, and that's why I said before, it helps you make better judgments of what songs you can sing or what keys to choose. Okay, you know your limits, you know how high you can sing or how low you can sing. So I read on, it says, choosing songs fit for your voice and singing range will prevent you from straining or injuring your voice. And that's true. Imagine trying to go where you can't reach, all right, or sing a note you can't reach. That means there's a lot of pushing happening, and there's no way you can really reach it comfortably. That means you're straining your voice, and that may cause injury to the voice or the muscles that coordinate singing, all right, and you don't want that to happen. So it's very important to know your range. And it finishes by saying, and as all experienced singers know, keeping your voice in tip top shape is a must. It is a must because you have only one voice, no replacement. So, very important that you take care of your voice. So, I hope you've learned a lot. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Now, if you're watching for the first time, make sure you click that subscribe button and smash that like button, okay? And share the video also. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your questions. Keep the questions coming. All right. Anything in music at all? Any question in music? Any question in singing? Is there something that's very difficult for you? I'll teach you on it. Okay. Like this one I did today. Someone asked me the question. All right. And I said I'm going to make a video. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.